I'm a president of Serbian Energy Law Association. It is established in 2018. Members are lawyers, but not only lawyers. Because you know, energy is multidisciplinary and all of us are stronger if we are supported with our colleagues from other professionals. And the idea is to also support knowledge about energy law. As we heard during this first explanation, to have a very clear legal framework is very important to have safe investment. And also a good explanation and understanding of this legal framework is very important for safe investment, and we are here to speak about this. Thank you, Excellency, for a great introduction about projects and cooperation. Yasmina, also thank you too. You helped me. I need to start with a few words about energy community, and I will be shorter in this part also. And I have also to say that I'm happy that Serbia adopted a new energy law package, which is, as I wrote here, a way to energy transition. It was happened last year. It was primary set of legislation. There are adopted some secondary legislation, but whole package is still in preparation. And also I am going to speak about few words just to explain the root and this important connection with the influence and role of energy community, and after that few main words about this primary legislation. And as Yasmina said, Energy Community is an international organization established in 2006, and the main idea is to create a legal framework which in countries which are parties of Energy Community to harmonize with the legal framework of Energy Community, and in that area make a close connection in the same rules for making business in energy sector. And Energy Community is a process, it is changing. Romania was one of the countries who signed at the beginning the Treaty of Establishment of Energy Community. But now Romania is a part of the European Union, and there are new members, and you can see this on this map. And here you can see many areas of work. Where is the whole process of legislation, which Serbia today is trying to following. And as Yasmina said, I would like to underline these words that we are running firstly the European community, and that we really understand importance to go through energy transition. Also, some facts which happened later confirm that necessity to think about green energies, the renewables, energy efficiency, and self-sustainability in energy sector. And also what is also important to say, later in our stabilization and association agreement, Serbia confirmed that that decided to follow all keys and way of energy community. That we said first yes, we want to go that way, and later we said yes, that is the way which we want to go. And okay, what is happened last year and what is the today process here in Serbia? Last year we adopted the law amendments to the energy law, and in that part, because energy law is base law for energy sector, there were some also changes I will explain briefly later. Other is something which is absolutely new. It is law on use of renewable energy sources. That means, firstly, we adopted separate lex specialis in that sector and take care deeply about legislation and legal base for development and of renewable energy sector. Of course, very important issue. Every day, we know this from the past and also have to think firstly in the future, is energy efficiency. And we adopted a new law of energy efficiency and rational use of energy. We already had a law which regulates energy efficiency, but this law following EU legislation and new trends which could support development in this part. And also, as Her Excellency Ambassador said, there are also a few words about mining sector. We also adopted the changes of law on mining and geological exploration. That means, with this energy law package, we covered main area of energy sector in Serbia and make primary legislation as a base for development in our energy law legislation. In that way, what was the main aims and the main effects and the main decision in this law on amendments of the law on energy? The first energy law here in Serbia was adopted in 2004. That was our start to following EU way in the energy sector, and also after that following energy community way. And also, what is the very important article for in this law is obligation to adopt the integrated national energy and climate plan. That is, we also have a strategy of development of energy, but that is something new, and it is showing that importance of climate effects of energy. And we could not develop energy as a separate part. We also have to think about climate issue following Paris Agreement effects, and that is something which will be shown in this document, which is planned to be adopted until the end of this year. Also, our regulatory energy agency, which was already established in 2005, was adopted. There were defined obligation to adopt rules for prevention of abuse in electricity and natural gas market. The changes of energy law also define new energy activities and new market players. That means we open base for legislation to develop our activities. We also think about electricity storage, how to involve hydrogen in trading, and also developing wholesaling in gas sector. And who are the new market players? I'm sure that you already know this. There are prosumers, aggregators, and electricity storage. We already prepared, and it is adopted, still in force from September last year, for prosumers. There is decree with a long name which regulate the role of prosumers. And we have main 3 different types of prosumers. Household is one, other is household communities, and third is industrial sector. And between industrial sector, there are 4 different types, depends of place of connection. And one is who is connected to transmission system, other is who is connected to distribution system, and third is one who is connected to part of distribution system operating by transmission system operator, and fourth is very small industrial company, and that is also which can help in thinking about to become prosumers. Brochures published on website on our ministry who explain in shortly what is the main steps to become a prosumers. And also, there is also some provision about more flexible approach to grid connection, and also about nominated electricity market operator, and which is some really new, is provisions about service of charging electricity vehicles, which is also defined in changes in energy law. We still wait for secondary legislation, but also you can see that in Serbia there are electric vehicles, and we expect there will be more in future when the whole legal framework will in place. And also there is a new definition for thermal energy, because our energy law regulates main part of energy sector, that means electricity sector, gas sector, oil sector, and thermal energy sector. And in thermal energy sector, we make a proper definition to show everyone to understand. When we are speaking about thermal energy, we think about heating and cooling together in this term. And also, I think that absolutely main topic in this set of legislation is the law on the use of renewable energy sources. It is absolutely new, and we use a part of previous energy law and say, okay, we would like to develop it into the new law. We defined renewable energy technologies which are available to be supported, which is also very important to think when you want to think about investment. There are also ways for two systems of subsidies for renewables, feed-in tariffs and market premiums. And when we are speaking about these main contracts are based on contract for difference, and also this subsidies has its cap of a capacity of these future plants, and also for the period which you can receive subsidies. Also, as Ismina said, idea is to have auctions for every type of plants. Feed-in tariffs are subsidies for small plants. That means up to 500 megawatt installed capacity, and for wind, 500 kilowatt for installed capacity, and for the wind, 3 megawatt of installed capacity. It is a line between feed-in tariffs and feed-in premiums. And also, there is idea to support renewable heat and innovative technologies. And also we developed our base for legislation for renewables in transportation sector. That means we, in this law, it is used all renewables, which is already defined in EU directive RED to be a part of this. And also for investors who don't have idea to ask for subsidies and going to whole very complex administrative procedure, if they invest in renewable generation without any subsidies, they can obtain guarantees of origin as a type of support of this technology. And also, very close to this, with a lot of, promotion of energy efficiency, is the law on energy efficiency and rational use of energy. That means that the main definition is definition of energy policy. Based on this, in which documents it will be defined to define energy efficiency policy in the strategy of energy and in national energy climate plan, and also it defines the main aims of energy efficiency policies as define the energy management system, and it also defines better obligatory energy auditing, which is linked to this energy management system, and also provide important articles about promotion energy efficiency in building sector, and their obligation also for public sector, who can show to other people that what importance of energy efficiency and what could be done. There is also regulation on heating and climatization control. We developed different types of energy services. Also, we more harmonized minimal conditions for energy efficiency of the energy facilities and defined precisely what is necessary to be written in energy bills. Why it is important? Because if we are speaking about strategies and so on, and we speak about energy bills for every one of us, important is to know how much electricity or any kind of energy is used. That means when we are faced with this, when we take care about using energy, we can think about how to save it and how to improve our energy efficiency, as everyone, as a person here in this room, and also wider here in the whole economy. And also there is rules about energy labeling, eco-design, and there is new important institution, Directorate for Financing and Promoting Energy Efficiency, which could have their own definitions and strategy how to improve and provide some subsidies for energy efficiency, following, of course, legal articles. And that is something which was here in Serbia, but not so independent. It is one step to have more independent body to improve energy efficiency here in Serbia. And there are a lot of articles about cogeneration and how to support this. And finally, there are law amendments to the law on mining and geological exploration, and there are three main amended areas. This new law determining more precise interpretation of existing legal procedures, bearing in mind particular characteristics of different types of mineral and geological resources. It harmonizes with regulation in the field of environmental protection, which is very important, especially in every energy sector, and here also in mining sector, and also it introduced electronic business in procedures regulated by the law. And instead of conclusion, where to go? We are going to energy transition following these new rules defined in this new energy law package of Serbia, following also EU legislation for the energy package adopted in European Union. And thank you for listening to this and for your patience.